exchange. Stop right there. Stop right there.
We're almost live.
When they hit the exchange, stop right there. Stop right there. I drop back. When they hit the exchange, gotta get to my room. Gotta get to my room. I got something to do. When they hit the exchange, gotta get to my room. Gotta get to the moon. When they hit the exchange. Every time I talk for more than 25 minutes without my phone, I gotta check if something hit it. Without my phone, I'm not at home if something hit it. Hit the exchange, I do not care what you are thinking, what you been pitching. My telegram started ringing, I got a mission. The red and green candles blinking, they started blinking, and now my only life's mission is go home and sit there, watch this thing hit the exchange. Watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. Watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. Watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. Watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. When they hit the exchange, stop right there. I stop right there. I drop back there. When they hit the exchange, stop right there. I stop right there. I drop back there. When they hit the exchange, gotta get to my room. Gotta get to my room. I got something to do. When they hit the exchange, gotta get to my room. Gotta get to the moon. When they hit the exchange, watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. Watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. Watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. Watch them red and green candles do the moonwalk. I'm never landed. My friends say I'm crazy, I ain't got no manners. They don't understand it. They can't ever stand it, I don't even plan it. And yet I've been paying for most of the dinners. And I feel I'm over for business. Shoot off, but I'm coaching the winner. I teach them exchanges, I'm coaching beginners. I show them the chance and they no one can enter. I show them the stats and they owe me direct. And I put the exchange on my shoulder and back. And now they just know it's a fact. When the coin hit the exchange, there's somewhere to sit and get paid. Go! When they hit the exchange, stop right there. I stop right there. I drop back there. When they hit the exchange, stop right there. I stop right there. I drop back there. When they hit the exchange, gotta get to my room. Gotta get to my room. I got something to do. When they hit the exchange, gotta get to my room. Gotta get to the moon. When they hit the exchange. Moonwalk, 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 moonwalk.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Ian Bellino, your host, and today we have the pleasure of being joined by Dennis. Dennis Liu, correct? Hi, Dennis. How are you? Good. So for those who don't know, Dennis is one of the biggest crypto people on TikTok, and as you guys know, TikTok has basically been going viral with the Dogecoin challenge, where lots of traders and investors were essentially speculating and pumping and dumping Dogecoin. And I was thinking, I don't really have much experience with TikTok. I mean, I am kind of trying to learn the platform, but I said, you know what, let's bring on an expert on crypto TikTok and just kind of ask him our questions around Dogecoin and just TikTok in general. So Dennis, welcome on the show. All right, so tell people, who is Dennis? Very cool name, by the way. Okay, hold on. People are saying they can't hear. Sorry. Here, let me just check something here on my end. Okay, hold on, guys. Just give us a minute as we go through this technical. They're doing this challenge where. Okay. Okay, hold on. People are saying. Okay, just give us a second, everybody. um. Okay. How about now? Talk, Dennis.
Y'all test. Do you guys hear me? How's
Okay,
it going
just
through?
give us a second, everybody. Just give us a second, everybody. Okay, let me. There's a delay, so.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. Apologies, everyone. Okay. How about now? Talk, Dennis.
Y'all test.
Okay. Yeah, we're all set.
Nice. Yeah.
We're back. So
All set. All set.
that's the upside of doing everything live.
I know, right? Yeah. I used to live stream quite a bit too. I totally get it.
Okay, all right. So let's begin that all over again now. So thank you, Crypto Family, for all the help with that. So shout out to first person on the stream was Dragon Ball Crypto. Welcome again. Always great to have you here. Then let me just give some shout outs. Dragon Ball Crypto. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Abdul was first person on the stream from Twitter. Welcome, Abdul. Dragon Ball Crypto. To the Moon Crypto. Mid Phoenix. Lene. Alice, what's up? Alpha Diallo, 100x. Absolutely. All right. Well, Red for Danger. Millennial Insight. Michael D. Falupa. All right. And guys, if you have any questions you would like to ask during this live stream, please go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com and put in the code 838878. That's 838878 to ask any questions to Dennis. All right. So with that being said, Dennis, please reintroduce yourself.
Right. Of course. Yeah. So hi everyone. I'm Dennis, or you probably better know me as Virtual Bacon on TikTok because that's my online name. And currently, well, at least recently, I've been focusing a lot on educating people about crypto and blockchain in general on TikTok because I think it's a big demographic, and especially the new generation growing up, they're going to be very digital focused first. But there's a lot of do's and don'ts, and they can get into all kinds of scams. So I think that's pretty important. That's kind of what I try to focus on. And yeah, that's quick summary, but there's a lot more to get into.
All right, awesome. So tell us, how'd you get involved? So how'd you get into crypto? What's your crypto backstory?
Yeah, so the story is kind of long. So it was kind of on and off since 2014. So in 2014, it was my first year in university, and I was super into building computers. And if you remember, Dogecoin was actually launched in 2014, late 2013. And me and my friend thought it was a brilliant idea to mine Dogecoin in residence because there was no electricity fee. And that was kind of my first introduction to crypto in general. And funny enough, it was mining. So it was, and Dogecoin. And I didn't really understand Bitcoin and the economics of it back then. But now, fast forward to 2016-ish, started to get more into it because now I study engineering, software engineering, and I had a way better understanding of blockchains and what they can do, and started to look into all kinds of projects, study economics of Bitcoin, and just kind of started from there.
Okay, hold on. So your first cryptocurrency was Dogecoin or Bitcoin?
Yes.
Wow.
Dogecoin. Yeah.
Wow. So
it's funny. Yeah.
You really have an intimate experience with Dogecoin.
It has come full circle.
So question I have for you is, what is it about Dogecoin that really captures the mainstream attention?
It's the meme. It's a great because everyone knows what the dog is, and most people know the Doge meme by this point. And it was the same kind of hysteria back then, right? The whole idea of mining Doge being profitable was that the whole meme that's repeating itself right now, which is like Dogecoin is the new world currency as a joke or not, and it's going to go to the moon, and we have all these funny pictures. It's just very easy to market, and I think that's a big part of it. There's definitely a group of people that like to pump it cyclically, but I think that's a big part of it.
So the question that comes to my mind is, there have been lots of other meme coins after that, right? Like there's been Pepe Coin and others. But what about Doge in particular? Is it because of the dog? Is it because it just came first? Anything you think?
I think it's also it's large enough so that, you know, a platform like Robinhood, if they only picked, they only have like 7 or 8 coins right now. Dogecoin is one of them. Yeah. They understand that it's a meme coin, but when there's enough demand and enough kind of liquidity, they want to list it because there's money in there. So that's a big part of it too, I think.
Yeah, because I had no idea they even had it on Robinhood.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
All right, so kind of tell us, what's your investment thesis when it comes to investing or trading in crypto? I mean, are you mainly a long-term investor? Are you a trader? Are you somewhere in between?
I would say I'm both. So majority of my portfolio is always in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Recently, it's more Ethereum actually, but I do like to trade. I understand that it's risky, and for me, mostly it's just fun, and also kind of riding the waves when I'll start moving. But yeah, mostly just for fun.
Okay, now do you have a particular strategy you use?
I just DCA, BTC and ETH.
Okay.
Yeah, and trading wise, I'm very TA focused. Even though I understand the fundamentals, I'm a firm believer of kind of I forget which theory it is, but I firmly believe that TA trumps fundamentals in terms of timing. So
okay, all right, cool. So now let's kind of go back to TikTok. So I watched your video where you mentioned we're basically warning people about the Dogecoin pump and dump, right? So could you kind of maybe explain to people why it's not a good idea to partake in that pump and dump?
Yeah. So it all started with this stocks person that likes to trade on Robinhood, and it's a big trend recently. And he started a thing probably 2 weeks ago when he said, oh, look at this thing called Dogecoin on Robinhood. It's very cheap, technically speaking, unit price. And if we all went and bought it, who's going to stop us? To the average person, that kind of makes sense, but nobody would stop you anyways because he would be holding the most, highest amount. But it didn't really catch on. And then about 4 or 5 days ago, another guy, there's this feature on TikTok called duetting, where you take someone else's video, you make a reaction to it, and it's built into the app. And there's a lot of kind of mechanics where you can go from the duet to the original video and the original back to the duet. So it kind of snowballs the traffic. And so people started duetting it. And another person made another TikTok saying, look at this thing called Dogecoin. He did some like calculation, so to speak, what's the number of Dogecoins there are, and how many TikTok users there are. How much do we all have to put in order to pump this thing to $1, even though it's only like 0.4 cents? And just kind of people, honestly, if you never invested, that sounds like a great idea, but
yeah. I mean, so I think it's pretty hilarious because last night I was on TikTok and I saw somebody else trying to kind of replicate the same thing, but with a XRP. And I was like, oh man, so the copycats are coming now.
I can totally see this becoming a trend on TikTok because it's the platform is built on following trends of think of it like retweets but on steroids, right? You make this one original duet where you have this brilliant idea of pumping XRP, and here's how trends form on TikTok. People duet it, and sometimes there can be 100,000 duets, basically people making videos on top of the video, right? And other people can duet to it. And there's hashtags that people use, like Dogecoin challenge, for example. It might be XRP pump challenge, right? And it's just, and TikTok is organized in a way that it's watch time, it's duets, it's shares. So it just quickly snowballs into like you being recommended those videos. As long as you've seen the last Dogecoin pump, all of a sudden you're seeing the XRP pump.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have been talking to my marketing team, and they have been giving me some flack about even wanting to post crypto content on TikTok. All right. So maybe could you kind of share your perspective in terms of creating content for crypto audience on TikTok? Do you think there's even an audience? Do you think it's just like teenagers, or do you think there are actual people on there who are actually investing and trading in crypto?
Right. Yeah. So the demographic on TikTok is definitely skews young. So probably 50% under 21 or something. But my thesis why I like TikTok for even crypto or something even more niche is there's just nobody doing it. So, if you're first on the scene, and TikTok has 800 million users right now, even if it's just 10% of that or 1% of that, those people that are ever heard of Bitcoin or are interested, I mean, if you can capture a tiny portion of that, that's a lot of people. So yeah, that's just kind of how I see it. And it doesn't matter for you to be, 5 million followers with crypto on TikTok. That's pretty unrealistic, but you can have your own niche, and it works just fine.
So how long have you had your channel for?
Crypto focused since beginning of October in 2019. So what is that? 9 months.
9 months. So you built up 50,000 TikTok followers in 9 months.
Yeah.
Now, any tips in terms of creating content? Like, what's been working well for you?
Yeah. So I did a lot of trial and error in the beginning. It's expert tip is you got to have traffic first, because it's TikTok definitely ranks you based on how strong your profile is, how often your followers keep coming back to watch your videos, and your average watch time, average likes and shares. It's all metrics, and because it's all AI driven, there's no search engine that's very accurate. So in the beginning, you're gonna have to write some trends, like either for example, this Dogecoin trend, I saw a couple of profiles pop up where they are crypto enthusiasts, but because they see that non-crypto people are also looking at Dogecoin videos, they made specifically Dogecoin videos for, 5 to 10 videos. They get the traffic, and then these people coming back, all of a sudden the algorithm likes them. But obviously, when I started, there wasn't these trends. So I really had to think hard in how I can kind of present it in a way that non-crypto people can understand. So what I started doing was really kind of funny stories in crypto. Some of the funniest pump and dumps before were the entire website shut down and left a meme. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the scams, the crypto scams.
Yeah, the scams, and also the history of Dogecoin. That was a good popular video of mine. Okay. And some more techie stuff, like if you organize your narrative in like a privacy kind of perspective. When I talked about Brave browser, that was really popular because people are sick of ads and they're very into privacy. And when you present Brave in a way and just kind of attach the BAT token to it, it's a good narrative for just everyday people to get interested.
All right, cool. So guys, please go ahead and smash the like buttons and subscribe, and be sure to follow Dennis on TikTok at VirtualBacon. And then also be sure to follow me on TikTok at Just Dario, a Made Man. I basically don't have much content on there, right, but I am trying to post some content. I mean, I'm basically now on board with TikTok. I know it's still kind of relatively young, but if you're able to kind of go through and curate the people you follow, it's very, very educational. I mean, I think, as Bill would say on our team, it's infotainment. It's basically creating educational content in an entertaining way for the future, right? For because this is the future of content, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we want it mainstream, right? Majority of the mainstream people are not going to sit through a 10-minute video for you to explain everything about Bitcoin. Even just, it might seem basic to us and easy to understand, but if they've never heard of it, they're not going to sit through that.
Okay. All right. So if you have any questions for Dennis, please go to menti.com. That's menti.com. Use the code 838878. That's 838878. So any questions you have, we'll basically take them from there. Okay. All right. So here, I do want to go back. So earlier you mentioned your background is as a software engineer, correct?
Yeah.
So what kind of development were you doing?
I started in dApps, so I really liked the web stack. So I was doing adding Ethereum mostly onto just a traditional web stack, full stack, and made some smart contracts for. So I was in a dev firm, so to speak, where we specialize in full stack web, but also there's quite a bit of blockchain, crypto clients that wanted to do sometimes a light kind of prediction market, and they want to have a token on top of it. There's another one where they wanted to both have a token and a wallet, and they wanted to build on a kind of a less known version of Ethereum, another chain, so to speak.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I did first. And then I also worked on some API and protocol level stuff. So after I left that job, I worked at a company called Diffuse here in Montreal. They do API for EOS and Ethereum and other chains. And it's kind of like Infura, but more powerful. And there's this thing on Ethereum called the Graph. I don't know if you've heard of it. So
no.
it's basically, it's a way to get data a lot easier to, like, say you want some metrics on DeFi contracts and you want a specific kind of
yes. Okay.
method.
So I did hear about them recently. I think they raised capital from VCs.
Yes, exactly. So we did something very similar, but on layer one. So the Graph uses just the Ethereum nodes, but we put that into the nodes and we have like custom nodes and stuff. But I left that job because I just like video too much.
Okay, so now do you mainly do crypto, or do you also have like business or some other work on the side?
I haven't been developing much right now. Just crypto and content.
Just crypto. All right, awesome. Okay, all right. So we have 3 questions we typically ask our guests prior to me basically bringing in the audience with questions. So first question.
Let's do it.
What book or books have you read that have changed your life?
My life.
Yeah.
The Bitcoin Standard. I think it's pretty radical, but honestly pretty powerful. Like also very educational. Do I think it'll happen? Maybe, but I mean, it's very even for the average, even if you don't believe in it, right? It kind of presents to you what Bitcoin can be as a hedge. Whether depending on how much you believe in it, after that book, you will want a bit of Bitcoin, I think. Sorry, did you say 3 books or 1 book?
3.
Let's see. I really like Gary Vaynerchuk's books. They're very practical. Like, what was it? Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
It's very early on in the social media days to see just how early he was to the whole kind of Facebook scene, even before Facebook was a thing, and how it really kind of played out. And it just kind of presented to me what TikTok can be. Right, how important content is. Yeah,
because he's been bullish on TikTok for like years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's see. Tools of Titans, probably.
By Tim Ferriss.
Yeah, Tim Ferriss. I can't say I have employed everything that's in there because there's just so much, but it's definitely like a thing to reference for sure. Very useful.
All right. So 3 books were Crushing It, Tools of Titans, and The Bitcoin Standard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely go check out those books. Okay. So next question: who are 3 people in history, past or present, that have inspired you the most?
What do you think? Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla. Okay.
Yeah. Can't think of anybody.
No worries. No rush.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Maybe PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. Okay,
PewDiePie.
interesting.
Yes.
How come him? Just like content creator?
Because not just as a content creator, because just how he's very, his story really shows you that you don't have to be a dick, even if you're very wildly successful. And, you know, given his reach in the world, he's probably more famous than a lot of Hollywood stars. And he will continue to be that way, but he's also very genuine. So he always presents his thoughts, whether they're beneficial to him or not. A lot of times it's not. People misunderstand him, but he's still fine with it. And, you know, at that kind of level, it's to be expected. And also his work ethic, right, for content. Like he's been posting 1 video a day for 10 years on YouTube. That's and they're
insane.
all 10 minutes long. That's crazy, right? And it shows that with his level of success. So
yeah, I mean, that's insane.
too. Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, then last question. What are 3 actions you've taken that have transformed your life?
The most obvious one to me was in 2016. Like I said, I was just walking about on campus, and I thought about what I did with Bitcoin, with Dogecoin back then, and I didn't understand what Bitcoin was, but I thought maybe it just kind of came to me. Maybe it's time to study it, because I was kind of contemplating what I'm going to do in software. That's a good area after I graduate, and obvious one was AI, but everyone was into AI. And I've heard of this thing called blockchain. I don't understand what it is, but if you understand how hype cycles work, that's probably when you should get in. So, yeah, it's just, and then I went home. I specifically at that time, I was interested in where the money was in crypto and Bitcoin. So I went home, I Googled the resources to look up for crypto investment. And I came across a bunch of Twitter accounts. I was very surprised about how that information was on Twitter, and I followed them, and that's kind of how I got into crypto officially. What's another thing that changed my life? Maybe moving to Canada. I mean, I was from China. My family immigrated to Canada in 2008. That was definitely life-changing.
Yeah.
During that specific time, and also being kind of this middle school student. Yeah, a lot has changed.
So how old are you now?
I'm 25.
25. Okay, so pretty young.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Oh. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't compare to those two.
All right. No worries. Okay. So let's get to the questions now. So the questions people have. Okay. So once again, if you have any questions you'd like to ask, please go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Code is 838878, 838878. So the question people have, Chainlink price prediction end of 2020.
I'd say at least $10.
At least $10?
I would, yeah. Okay. Judging from token metrics. Because I really looked into token metrics yesterday, and it was Chainlink is one of those that really token metrics is very accurate on. So
thank you.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
Now, have you traded or invested in Chainlink?
Yeah, I'm holding it right now.
Holding it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's gone up a little bit today too. So,
Yeah, I mean, because crypto Twitter has been roasting me in terms of Chainlink, because I was super early on Chainlink, so we invested in their private sale back in 2017 before it was even trading on exchanges.
right.
And it went up like 500%, and after some time it kind of fizzled out. So I think it was kind of during the bear market, and I basically sold all my Chainlink, and I was like, you know what, I'm taking my profits, I'm going home.
Right.
Then fast forward a year later, Chainlink is now like top 20 market cap, and crypto Twitter and the Chainlink army, I think it's called, will not.
Yeah, like Marines.
Yeah, they're basically just roasting me now. But I mean,
So did you get back in or?
No, not yet. I mean, but I mean, maybe down the road I will, right? But because now I always like to invest in projects that have lots of upside. So not projects that have kind of already blown up, right? But I mean, as I say, nobody ever got fired taking profits, right? And
Exactly, yeah.
the fact that people are roasting me on a trade where I made profits, that's in a way kind of still speaks for itself, right? Because I mean, at least it's not a trade where people lost money, right? Or I lost money per se. All right, so
I think it must have been rough holding Link since early days, because everyone was hating on it. There was no product, and if you went on 4chan, it's all Link memes. So it's crazy.
Okay, so next question: what about TikTok being spyware? They can see your clipboard, passwords, and you're not concerned about the bans? Good question.
Thoughts?
Well,
I think it's to be expected for TikTok,
Yeah.
because they are the whole reason why I thought TikTok was going to be big even in the West is I went back to China last summer, and TikTok is just complete in China. It's called Douyin, and it's just completely taken over every single social media. Every person is from age 10 to 70 is on TikTok. It's crazy how AI works, and obviously with whether they're surveying you or they just want their business to hold you on the app for longer, they're going to need a lot of data. So, and it's China, so I personally I'm not that concerned, but I do understand people, if you're even slightly concerned about your privacy, you should be worried. Now, for me, definitely the thing to worry about is the ban. That's just. I mean, their plan is only, if it even happens, it's only in the U.S. So maybe they'll order Apple and the Google Play Store to take down TikTok. There hasn't been much precedent, if at all, in the U.S. I don't think. So it is kind of dangerous to set that from the government, telling two giant tech companies to do this.
Yeah. Now, I mean, so my perspective is, yes, they could ban TikTok, but that would be a bad look for democracy in a way, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, because that's very un-American. I mean, especially after all the social unrest we've had. Right, with the riots and everything, the last thing you want to do is ban TikTok, probably the most popular app right now, right? For young people who are going through ridiculous levels of unemployment. The last thing you want to do is take away something they love. I mean, that's like in crypto banning exchanges, right? So people at the end of the day will find ways to still do it, because
they'll still get around
it. Right.
It'll be a similar platform.
Yeah, right. Because I know Apple has banned some apps, but the way publishers get around that is they post links, like for example with crypto exchanges. Like I think 1 to 2 years back, before they would really allow crypto exchanges as apps in the App Store, you could just download the Binance app directly on the site, basically as its own package. Right, so there's still ways around it technically. And then in terms of the privacy, I mean, I'm all for privacy, right? Like for me here at home, I just recently installed a privacy blocking hardware firewall. Right, so I'm very concerned about privacy. However, when you're on social media, you have to understand that you're basically giving up privacy, right? Because whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, I mean, they all track you everywhere you go, right? I mean, that's basically their business. So I think people in America are concerned because now it's happening with a company in China, right? But I mean, we've seen what's happened with Snowden leaks, where he talked about the CIA, the NSA. They all basically had backdoors in those American companies. So I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing was happening in China, where they had some kind of backdoors there. But I mean, I think
I wouldn't call it backdoors even in China. It's just, yeah. I think Chinese people expect it.
Yeah. So basically, I think if you're going to be on social media, this is something you kind of have to expect. Like, unless you're going to go onto a privacy-focused social media, right? But maybe somebody builds a decentralized TikTok. Who knows, right?
Yeah, there are decentralized TikToks. Have you heard of Pepple? They actually shut down though.
No.
Yeah, it's sad.
No.
It's ETH only. They're very active at DevCons. It's like vlogging DevCon every single time at ETH, and it's
I would say that
like
there's too much friction for decentralized dApps at the moment.
For social media, I haven't seen that take off.
Okay.
Being decentralized, yeah.
All right, so let's go on to the next question here. Just give me a second. Okay. All right, so next question from the audience. If Dennis could pick one coin that will do best short term, what will it be?
Short term?
Yes, short term trading pick.
Month, maybe? Trading pick.
Now, quick disclaimer: this is not financial advice. Please do your own research.
Nothing we say is financial advice.
All right, go ahead.
I say Cardano.
Cardano, okay.
Because there's so much liquidity. There's Shelly coming. There's potential Coinbase listing. I think it could happen, and it's just, if you're trading, right, if you're experienced, you understand that with Cardano, I mean, the spreads might be smaller than something like a coin outside of top 100, but you can do leverage, right? And it's you can get the same kind of percentage return. But Cardano has so much liquidity and it's technically sound. I don't see why not. Even you can easily 5x, 10x leverage. I'd be comfortable with that.
Right, and definitely manage risk for anybody out there who's doing leverage trading, because lots of people can lose money with that. Now that's an interesting pick you have, right? Because even Tokemetrics likes Cardano right now in our models, and then also Bill, our trader in house, he also likes ADA as well. So I mean, it definitely seems like there's lots of positive sentiment coming around Cardano, so that's good. All right, so tell us what you think. Do you think Cardano is going to the moon and beyond, or do you think it's gonna crash?
I've been
tell us down in the comments below.
Actually, I told my audience on TikTok, I'm starting to buy Cardano a couple of weeks ago because of this and that and Shelly, and that was at I think 9 cents, 8 cents. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting way more upside still because the event is still far away.
All right, cool. All right, so once again, if you have any questions, please go to menti.com. That's menti.com to ask them. Code is 838878. That's 838878 to ask your questions. Let me just check in here with our audience and see how we're doing. Okay, just give me a second. My name says, hello everyone. Love your TikTok videos. All right. So some fans from Dennis. Okay, so somebody from Facebook, Vatican, is asking. Basically, here, let me just give me 1 second. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's asking, what's your thoughts on VeChain, VET?
VeChain, it's pumped a lot already recently, and I think a big part of that is there's such a high supply, so the price is low, it seems. And we've seen that with Doge, so VeChain tends to pump pretty hard. but I'm not so sure about the fundamentals of how the token has so much like easy to understand incentives that you can just kind of like right now stuff that are very clear, like staking, and then the staking is the biggest thing, and then or you hold it, you get token burns and stuff. On VeChain, it's you stake it and then you get some VTHOR, right? And then I'm not sure who actually...
I have no idea about either.
Yeah,
in terms of
it is
VeChain.
stake, but it's only for the supply chain kind of nodes, the people that actually want to participate in the network, but there's a limited amount. I'm not sure, but it definitely seems like people like it. So the price-wise, it's looking pretty amazing.
I mean,
still pretty high though.
VeChain has an amazing community because we posted our VeChain video doing TA on it about a week ago, and it's already kind of blown up for our small channel just based on views. I mean, they came out of nowhere and they're all just watching the video and just basically smashing the like button on it. I mean, so we were pretty overwhelmed with how big the community is for VeChain. All right, so VeChain, if you're out there, VeChain crypto family, thank you as well.
Yeah, there's another narrative for VeChain, which is you know that in China they're all for blockchain, not crypto, right? And they like to pick favorites, right? End of last year, they banned a lot of crypto projects to be even adopted as like blockchain projects. So they don't work with Tron or Binance, right? But there are companies in China working with VeChain, using their supply chain. There's this state-backed kind of tea leaf manufacturer that tracks their supply on VeChain, I think. So that was a narrative I was watching where China likes to, I guess they talk with these blockchain projects to see who wants to comply with whatever rules they have, and then they pick favorites and ban everybody else. So that could be a big thing to watch.
Okay, very interesting, very interesting. So if you're holding VeChain, please tell us down in the comments below. Okay, all right. So next question. This is coming from YouTube. This person has a long name. Komayome. He's asking Dennis, what are your top 5 holdings at the moment?
Ethereum, Bitcoin. Top 5. Okay, those are my largest, and then the third would be VeChain, actually.
VeChain.
Yeah, fourth is Tezos. Fifth is Link.
Link, okay. So some pretty popular cryptocurrencies out there.
Yep.
Okay, so for me, my top holdings at the moment.
Cardano, right. Cardano.
Yeah. So my portfolio is pretty light in terms of number of coins. So now I'm not counting any of my past bags from like the last couple of years, because those are basically just kind of like just went to nothing, I think. But I would say Ethereum, then Helium, and then recently I basically bought some Matic Network. So I have some Matic and I'm staking Matic. Yeah,
I'm getting a vibe from Token Metrics from a few videos recently. People talk about Matic. I think it's I don't know. Gotta research it today.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, I think Matic is the next Chainlink. So we were very early in Matic. We discovered them back in 2018 when we traveled to India, and we basically had a crypto event, and they won the pitch competition, and we had a chance to invest in their private sale before it was even on Binance, 1 year prior to the Binance IEO. But this was like during the peak bear market. And we were like, man, like, should we wire money now? Because everything is going down. And boy, do we regret that. But basically, but after like 2 years, I'm like, you know what? I'm still very bullish because right now its market cap is around high 80s. And I think this project has top 20 market cap potential. So pretty much the plan for me is I'm just going to accumulate stake, because right now the staking is pretty high. And just pretty much just hold this long term. All right.
Cool.
So
They're like second layer on Ethereum, right?
yes, yeah. So basically,
thing.
it's a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum that helps dApps scale through a Plasma framework. So tell us what your top 5 holdings are down in the comments below. Do you have any of the coins we mentioned, or do you have any others we missed? Okay, all right. Let me just check in here. Just give me a second here. Okay, so next question from Menti. What coin will Dennis pick long term? Your long term picks. Long term hodls. Ethereum?
Oh, my series got activated. Yeah, Ethereum, 100%. Ethereum. Okay. If I could, I would sell my Bitcoin for Ethereum. To be honest, that's gonna piss off a lot of people, but I think.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like, I don't have any Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin Maximals kind of hate me for it. I mean, I still think Bitcoin has right now. We think Bitcoin has the best technology, but I think the upside is not quite there, like with other projects, right? Because we like to get in with projects with lots of upside, and I have gotten in trouble for saying the Ethereum flippening will happen in this decade. Basically, by the end of 2030, I think Ethereum will have surpassed Bitcoin in market cap. What's your take on that? Do you think Ethereum will overtake Bitcoin?
Would be. It's possible. I'd say give another 5 years after the next halving, see the comparison between the two. We should have a lot clearer kind of view, because like Bitcoin can grow to the size of market cap of gold. Ethereum could be a lot higher than that, right? That's kind of the whole thing about it. So, but Ethereum does have more to prove in that sense, but also the upside is higher.
Right? Yeah, because
my so much demand for Bitcoin.
Yeah, because my logic is Bitcoin is basically going after the store of value use case. Ethereum is going after the DeFi, the financial use case, because the derivatives market and legacy markets is $500 billion industry. If that gets tokenized and put on a blockchain, I think it's going to go into Ethereum as opposed to Bitcoin, because Ethereum already has the first mover advantage with DeFi. So if all that money, all that capital goes onto a blockchain, it's going to Ethereum, in my opinion. And we're already kind of beginning to see that now with DeFi now over $2 billion in terms of total value locked up on chain. Right, so that's kind of my take. I know the Bitcoin Maximals definitely don't like it, but I think you can't really rest on your laurels, because I traveled to Osaka, Japan for Ethereum DevCon last year.
Yeah.
And this was also during a bear market where sentiment amongst crypto investors, mainly crypto funds, hedge funds, and VCs, was very bad. But I mean, the community was still thriving. Lots of developers were building. It was a packed house. And to me, I think the network effects of the developer community, I think by 10 years, will just keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger to a point where it will have to surpass Bitcoin, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like having built on Ethereum, it's tooling and network effect for what you can build, just how easy it is to build, what miles ahead to get over any other chain. Like over EOS, I built both on Ethereum and EOS. It's just, the community is like 10 times bigger. So,
all right, cool. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, this is kind of a question we've already kind of covered. Everyone's asking for your top 5 picks. Anybody with any questions beside coin picks for Dennis? Okay, so how about this? Maybe are there maybe any interesting? Okay, how about this? Could you maybe kind of share how you go through in terms of doing due diligence on a cryptocurrency prior to investing? Right.
So if they have a product, I definitely try it. If it were something DeFi related, I think that's probably the clearer sign. So if there's no product, then I wouldn't concern myself too much with the white paper. I would look into the investors, the team, more like investors and partners. I think that's a big indication. And
so basically kind of like social signals in a way.
Yeah, social signals. Team kind of comes after that, but it's also important because you gotta have at least the team that has built something, and you gotta know that they are capable of building stuff. So take like something like ByteDAO, for example. I'm kind of torn on it because they have such good, strong partners, but their team just seems too small and not technical enough.
That's
so I don't know.
the Binance stablecoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two
So
developers working on a project, but they have huge partners. So it's stuff like that. It's very
well. I mean,
uncertain.
I think partnerships in crypto are overhyped and overplayed. I mean, because we have covered ByDAO before, and they roasted us. I mean, because our video wasn't too positive on it. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely do understand your perspective on that.
Yeah, I'm not, because on the one hand, it's like it's a very strong like driving force for price to partner, but I haven't worked with a project like that to actually go through partnerships. I don't know how big the commitment is and how much kind of endorsement there is on both sides. So it's hard to gauge the fundamentals from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
But like, yeah, if you're an investor, then that's different, right? If you're backed by like Pantera or Multicoin Capital or Coinbase or something, that's a big yes.
Yeah. Okay. So to kind of recap, so investors, partners, the team, basically all-star team. Okay.
Yeah. And product.
And product. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let me just check in here how we're doing. Okay. Some people are talking about Hex, MetaHash. Yeah. So MetaHash hasn't really been doing well. I mean, I still do have some MetaHash, but it's a small amount. Okay. So Laughing World is asking, what's the next TikTok coin challenge?
There's that is actually one of the things I'm looking at, like because people on TikTok, they don't have Coinbase and stuff, they have Robinhood, and the next cheapest coin is Ethereum Classic. So I don't know, I have some ETC. I don't know, fingers crossed.
Now, okay, so let's talk about Robinhood and the effect, because it's not really known as a crypto exchange, right? It's mainly a retail investor exchange and platform. But now they've kind of taken a foray into crypto. And I mean, they had Dogecoin. After they did that, I saw lots of other crypto exchanges began to list Dogecoin futures or perps to basically bring in more users and more volume. So what's your take in terms of Robinhood and the effect it's having on crypto?
I think there's I wouldn't say more than 50% chance, but a decent chance that Robinhood pumps will become the new like Coinbase listing pump. Because there's, I think we're starting
That's
to see
big, actually,
this trend potentially forming.
Because Robinhood now is the new retail gateway. So because as they add more cryptocurrencies, wow, okay, I could see each one's kind of having their own TikTok challenge. And they have a list on their site where you can trade, I think 7 or 8 coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic, Doge, I forgot which other ones, but they have like 20 others that you can track the price of, but they haven't integrated. Oh, really?
And this list has been there for like 2 years. Yeah. So I don't know what their plans are, but after this Dogecoin thing, they must have seen the money. So we'll see. I have their blog kind of on my screen. Just like if they post something, I'm there.
I like it. So Robinhood is the next Coinbase effect. All right. So if anybody has a Robinhood account, please comment down below and just tell us your thoughts. Okay. So next question from the audience. What's your opinion on Binance, the exchange? Well, I would say the exchange and the token in a way, since they do have a token.
Exchange. I mean, I do love it. I mean, I didn't get into the Binance sale, but I started using it right away in 2017. I still had like this time around, I went on Binance again. I still have some tiny coins that I had on there. It's still the same account. It's like really nice to see that. After many exchanges went through all kinds of crazy stuff. I think they're very reliable. I mean, people, I don't know. Some people say they don't like them, but I haven't looked into the narratives too much about the negatives.
Yeah, I mean, Binance has. I mean, our team has looked into it. We do think it's a good exchange. Even the token has good ratings overall. The concern I am seeing now though with DeFi, because we've basically been in alt season, and BNB has not performed well, which is very very rare because BNB was basically had a new all-time high during the crypto bear market. I think at one point it was almost $30 or more. But now it's kind of been hovering around, I think like $15, $20. So the fact that it's not performing well when almost every single altcoin is pumping like 1x or 5x and some even 10x, it is somewhat concerning. And I think because this alt season has mainly been driven by DeFi. And I have heard some rumors right now, they're just rumors. I'm not sure if it's actually true or not, about Binance possibly kind of becoming fully decentralized and kind of creating their own DAO or type of governance platform. And I think if they go that route, that would be very wise, because if DeFi takes off and everything goes decentralized, I mean, I still think that's a long shot just due to regulation and compliance. But if that does somehow take off, it'll be tough for centralized exchanges to have the cachet they had. I mean, then they'll basically just become fiat gateways only, and people go and trade on DeFi platforms. So I think we're definitely in an interesting time where just kind of seeing other DEXs kind of grow in terms of volume, and seeing how Binance Binance, the token itself, hasn't really fared well. Any thoughts on that?
So how you're imagining it is maybe BNB becoming governance / kind of staking rewards token for Binance?
Yeah, I mean, so because right now, other platforms, Uniswap, for example, has been blowing up, right? And then there are other DEX aggregators, right? So Kyber. So seeing all these, if DeFi really blows up and becomes the future, people might be going to these DEXs as opposed to centralized exchanges. And I think that's why the rumors of them possibly wanting to kind of become maybe a hybrid or partially decentralized kind of could be true.
But then I think a big reason why Uniswap and Kyber is blown up is because all these DeFi projects are on Ethereum. Mm-hmm. So I'm not too familiar with how Binance Chain and Binance DEX interfaces with Ethereum, if they can swap tokens or not. But
I mean, to my knowledge, Binance Chain hasn't really been used much. It hasn't really gotten much adoption. Yeah, their DEX and their chain is pretty much obsolete. I mean, compared to the main players like Ethereum, Uniswap, and others. Yeah.
So, maybe they can work on Ethereum's layer 2, which would be kind of sad, but there's money, so.
Yeah, I mean, because then you also have Coinbase, and there's rumors and speculation that they'll be having an IPO, and I think that would be cool for the crypto community. But the post recently, Brian Armstrong, their CEO, he's been getting lots of flack on Twitter, but that's kind of what Twitter does. And in regards to Coinbase having an analytics company in-house that they use to sell blockchain data. And I think people in crypto are definitely concerned with privacy, and they're basically calling them sellouts and posting hashtag delete Coinbase. But I don't think that there's much traction with that though.
I don't know. There's Coinbase likes DeFi, at least. They have a big focus on their Coinbase wallet and how making DeFi easy to use. And that could be a big trend. Who knows? Maybe Binance could do something like that, because another player that's really successful is Crypto.com.
Which one?
Crypto.com, like
Crypto.com.
CRO.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Yeah, and they plan to have DeFi, right? Right now it's CeFi, but Binance recently acquired like Swipe, right, to make their own card that's just like the MCO card. Mm-hmm. And Swipe has a wallet already, so it's going to be very similar to how the Crypto.com app is. So they'll have this whole different experience instead of a mobile exchange, which I don't think many people use. It could be like a much easier to use thing, maybe with DeFi in the future. Who knows?
All right, cool. So let us know what you think down in the comments below. Okay, let me just take a look here with the audience and see how we're doing. Definitely please smash the like buttons, subscribe and share with your friends, and be sure to follow Dennis on TikTok at Virtual Bacon. That's the Virtual Bacon on TikTok. And then also check me out on my new TikTok at Diary of a Made Man. I've not been posting much, but I'll try. I'm just kind of trying to learn the ropes around TikTok, because I mean, after seeing all the growth, I mean, I've been on TikTok for a while, but just not active. But now in the last few months or so, I have been trying to get more active and just kind of learn how it works. Okay, so let's go back here to the AMA. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure if, okay, so what about Sleeping Giant Singularity Net? AGI bag holder, GitHub is off the charts, future of AI blockchain. Sophia the robot will be in every house like Alexa. Okay, so what's your take on this project? Have you heard of it, or do you trade it?
I know the name. I don't even know what they do. Singularity Net.
Yeah, so it's an AI protocol, is my knowledge. They're doing something with AI. So we did look into this a while back, but we didn't really love it. But I haven't really kept tabs on it ever since then. But I mean, just based on the research we did a while back, and also I think on Tokemetrics, I don't think we have that good of a rating on it. So long term, I myself would not really hold it. But I mean, hey, if you're just trading or just speculating short term, maybe there's some possibility, but that would just kind of depend on the TA and the technical analysis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, all right. So a few more questions, then we'll have to wrap up the live stream. So Dennis, what things are you currently looking at the moment in crypto? Currently, today I plan to research more into Matic, probably more charts. Charts, okay.
Yeah, and kind of building a community from just TikTok people. You know, teaching. There's a lot of people on TikTok that needs like just the absolute basics, and I want to kind of present that in a way as a free resource to them. Just, what is Bitcoin? How do you set up a wallet? How do you choose an exchange? What's a good exchange to use? How do you send and receive? That kind of stuff. I think that could be useful.
So how long does it take you to make an average TikTok video?
Oh, it's fast, like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, okay, not bad. That's very efficient, actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I like about it. It seems like you're limited, but then because it's so short, nobody can spend 10 hours making a TikTok video. It's just the ROI is not there for the time spent. So even the big corps, they're shooting with their phones, editing on the phones in the app, and then it's all about the idea. And like at most, a little bit of the transitions, how you make it interesting. But the idea is way more important and it's efficient. Yeah. Okay.
One other question I do have. So what's with the TikTok shadow bans where some videos get like no views at all?
Right. I haven't personally seen it. I think it's just the algorithm doing its thing, but you will have periods where sometimes your videos, say the Dogecoin video I posted has like 300,000-400,000 views now, I think. So then the couple videos after that, naturally people go on my profile, they'll click on it, and then what happens is as they click on it and they watch, the algorithm picks it up, thinks those videos are popular too. So they'll put it on, they'll recommend it more to people that haven't followed me. So typically those few days, you'll get more followers, more viewers and stuff. And for example, sometimes you make a few videos that just don't take off, and then your overall kind of profile traffic goes down a little bit. It can happen. But I think Shadowban comes much later. Like if you know BitBoy, right?
Yes,
he's on TikTok. Yeah. He's very big on TikTok.
We had him here as a guest, actually.
Yeah. So we started around the same time on TikTok, but he started with crypto, but eventually he's very like
Aware?
I don't know, goal driven, I guess. And it's much easier to just kind of present a much simpler topic that everyone can relate to. So he talks about kind of trivia and news and stuff. And he has like 2 million followers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I've seen that if you get to like 1-2 million followers, there could be a point where TikTok handpicks favorites, like
kind of
people
curation.
That blow up. Yeah, the people that blow up from 2 million to 10 million is a hard step. Like I don't think that's algorithm.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we definitely enjoyed the TikTok advice, for sure. Okay. Any last question, crypto family, for Dennis before we wrap up? Let me take a look. Okay, so somebody's asking if you've heard of Vitex. My guess is probably no, because I haven't heard of this either. No. Unfortunately.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, let me check here in the comments and see how we're doing. Okay. Any thoughts on Theta?
Theta's decent. I mean, yeah. Funny story. So I had a period where I streamed on DLive talking about crypto. If you're familiar, they were running on.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they were running on their own blockchain called Lino, which is part of Cosmos. But then eventually they merged with Tron. So their biggest competitor was Theta, and Sliver TV is their streaming platform. But Theta has like good partnerships, they have good founders, but the platform is a little, like the rewards on there, I tried it out. When you want to cash out as a streamer, it's like, it's kind of shady sometimes. So that's why I didn't look into it after, because they don't give you cash, to give you like rewards on the side and stuff. But for crypto perspective, I think it's a good, it's one of the leaders in streaming tech, like sharing bandwidth or getting rewarded. It's tech is solid.
All right. So last question. Give us 3 tips for our audience in general, whether crypto tips, trading tips, life tips. 3 tips.
Right. I think habit is pretty important in trading. Like you got to understand what you're good at. There are a lot of ways to make money, but I like to trade short term. But when the account gets big enough, my psychology goes whack. So I've witnessed that, and it's really important to understand how your psychology is to help you. Like, if you prefer to hold stuff long term and you can withstand kind of drawdowns, then you should hold long term. But if you like to get in and out daily, you should do that. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to understand what you're good at. And maybe this cycle around, don't chase pumps, because right now we're in alt season, right? So you'll make money, no problem. But if that becomes a habit, you're going to lose all of that. So at least have a strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Principle that you follow. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so I think those tips definitely are on point, right? We're in alt season. For those who've been around since the last alt season, don't forget, all the money you made, but also all the L's you took, and make sure not to repeat the L's you took, right? So don't get greedy. If anything, the time to get involved into crypto or to buy a position, for those who are long-term holders, was probably months before or even a year before, right? Because now we're basically getting into this FOMO. I would say FOMO frenzy, where the market is frothy. So definitely be careful. Don't buy the top, right? So definitely, if you do plan to get into something now, definitely do the TA, the technical analysis, to make sure you're getting in at a good entry, even if you're doing dollar cost averaging, right? So for example, last night I bought some Matic, but that's because Tokemetrics was bullish on it as well, right? So that was kind of my reason to say, okay, you know what? Let me get into Matic now, because it was kind of undervalued. All right, but I mean, definitely a great show. Definitely very great insights with TikTok, with Dogecoin, and everything, and crypto. So, where can people learn more about you?
Definitely TikTok. So if you have the app or not, you can find me on the app or tiktok.com/@virtualbacon. I think that's how they do it. Also following me on Twitter in case TikTok gets banned.
Yeah, that's
I've been
vital.
telling people to do that. Yeah, vital. But yeah, that's the two places I'm on the most.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say definitely have a backup plan. Yeah. Now, I don't think it will get banned, but hey, anything could happen, right? So definitely having a backup plan. So a wise man once told me that the money is in the list. So basically, in the email list. So whatever audience you build, right? Channel people towards an email list. That way, if anything happens with any platform, because it's happened in the past, like with Vine, when Vine got, I think they got bought by Twitter or some other company, or basically they just had
Twitter
to close, and lots of Vine people had to migrate over to some other platforms, and if you didn't have the list, then it became tougher. All right, so definitely own the list. All right, well, it was a pleasure having you on board, Dennis. And as we like to say, the moon is not the limit to the moon and beyond. Thank you, crypto family. Please subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the live stream tonight.